You know what makes a great speedster? It's being the light when the world grows dark.
I lost my speed.
Guys, I think I found it. Iris is a speedster now.
I'll take it from here.
It's my turn to do what you've been doing.
All right, I'll monitor from here then. Other monitor. Wow, it's super annoying. Jarrell? What the hell are you doing? Please, give me my powers back! Lois, can you hear me? Are you okay? Lois, are you okay?
I'm more than okay. I'm super.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. So if you guys didn't remember, they did the exact same thing on Smallville where Lois got Clark's powers for like a single episode. The reason why she got powers was a little bit different. The Flash is just doing their spin on that, so I'll try to explain the comic book Easter eggs because there have been a lot of female speedsters on The Flash, some of them super deep cuts that the TV show is probably never going to get to. And I will explain the purple lightning because I know that's a big question. Speedster lightning color is actually a pretty big deal in the comics. So if you're finding me for the first time, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. There's a new round of the Flash Ring giveaway too. All you have to do to enter, just be a subscriber and leave a Flash related comment on the video. So if you have absolutely no idea what's going on, why is Iris West a speedster in this episode? They get their DNA swapped by a bus meta while they're out on the town, so Iris gets the powers of the Flash, then a couple separate problems come up that can only be solved by someone with Barry's powers, so Barry just has to talk Iris through it. Then they just have a couple of those funny moments like they have on Smallville where Clark stands there and Lois just runs away in the middle of the conversation. Barry's like, oh, that's kind of rude. They did the same thing during Justice League.
Lois.
This is awesome.
Hey.
I love you.
Lois, I don't think Jarrell did what he did so you can get ahead at the office.
The main reason why I think that her lightning is purple is just because they want it to look different, not because it has anything to do with how fast she is. There are a lot of you that were asking me, does this have anything to do with the Tornado Twins? Because in the recent Rebirth comics, both the Tornado Twins have purple lightning, so it's like, wait a minute, maybe they're trying to tease something down the road.
We're gonna need more diapers.
It's totally possible that they're trying to do something like that, but the number one reason really is just to make it look different. Like, they gave her the excess costume from the comics. Like, it doesn't have the lightning bolt down the middle. Maybe they'll do a version of this later, but obviously Barry gets his powers back by the end of the episode, and I don't think that we're going to see Iris West becoming a speedster ever again in the future. I think this is just meant to be a one-time thing because the whole basis for the Iris character is that she's the lightning rod that grounds Barry, the living god who spends all of his time doing all these crazy superhero things. She's supposed to be the one thing that makes him normal, which means that she has to be normal, meaning that she doesn't have powers. But getting to the Smallville of it all, if you didn't watch that TV show or you don't know what was going on with Lois Lane getting the powers of Superman, there have been at least 10 times in the comics that Lois Lane has gotten powers. On the Smallville TV show, it was them getting ready to get married. It is sort of like a marriage counseling session. Jarrell didn't want them to get married because they weren't equals, and he felt like Lois wouldn't understand what it was like to be with someone like Superman who needed to protect the entire world. Like, being married to the greatest hero the world has ever known is a very different thing than being married to a normal person. So as a way to make her understand how important Superman was to the world, Jarrell gave her his powers for a day so that she could experience that. And obviously they had a lot of fun with it. There's a lot of Lois super speed moments during the episode, but obviously Superman's super speed looks different than the Flash's super speed because he doesn't give off lightning.
Remember a good old-fashioned superpowered stakeout. Maybe Jarrell wanted to teach us a little something about patience.
Well, if he did, then you're about to fail. I'm driving.
The comic book panel that everybody photoshopped a long time ago with Iris West's face on this New 52 Iris West costume is actually from Flash Volume 4, number 22. And the reason why she was wearing this costume is because Barry was protecting her from a mystery Speed Force killer that turned out to be her brother, so it turns out she wasn't in any danger. That ended up being the Daniel West Reverse Flash, and in the comics, they didn't know each other that well, like they weren't married or anything like that. She just admired and reported about the Flash every once in a while, so he gave her this special costume to cloak her signature from the Speed Force killer. So I'm assuming because Barry and Iris had that conversation in last week's episode about how they never spend any regular people time together just doing normal stuff, they might be in the middle of something like that when this new mystery bus meta comes along and swaps their powers. The real thing to think about, though, is that how does this fit into DeVoe's plan? Because like last week's episode, Barry opening that second portal to the Speed Force, allowing all that lightning out, that was part of DeVoe's plan, meaning that even if this seems like a really silly premise for an episode, their powers get swapped for a week, then how does that also help DeVoe's ultimate goal? In what four-dimensional chess are the writers playing? Like, what else are they trying to tease? Because there's usually a couple different things that happen during Flash episodes. They have like some funny, cool adventure, but within that, they also tee up some bigger idea that they pay off later. Like the whole Flash time thing back during episode 10. How am I in here? What is this? Then several weeks later, it becomes the basis for an entire episode. So Iris West getting super speed for like a brief episode, just having a little bit of fun, also will probably tee up some bigger concept that they'll pay off in a couple weeks. But I think a lot of us are all wondering if this has something to do with her maybe having children eventually, getting pregnant. There's a lot of things that have to happen before that happens. Like she definitely doesn't look pregnant right now, but in the comics, right after the Thinker arc was over, they discovered that they were pregnant with twins. Now it was the Wally West era, but twins just run in the Flash family. So Wally and Linda had twins, Barry and Iris had twins. There's Cecile's baby. There's just like a lot of babies on the Flash in general. There's Coffee Shop Girl from the future that seems like she might actually hate a couple of the members on Team Flash, which just adds new wrinkles to the equation. But hopefully that explains a little bit about what's going on with this Iris West episode. So I think, for the most part, they just wanted to have some fun with Iris getting powers for a week and then use that as part of this larger Thinker arc and use it to tee up some bigger concepts. So for the most part, I don't think that they're going to go back to this. And yeah, they might have like a We Are the Flash moment. But again, I think that will ultimately be paid off when Barry himself, like his body, gets taken by the Thinker. Because remember, the Thinker's body is degenerating at an exponential rate the more powers that he absorbs. So that means that even after he eventually probably takes Ralph's powers and is able to sort of fix that a little bit, he'll still need another meta that can heal themselves at an exponential rate, which is Barry as the Flash. So again, when it comes to twists like this, twists like We Are the Flash, just play the long game. Remember, this is four-dimensional chess we're playing, so it's all stuff that they'll wrap up in the finale, which is still several weeks away. But I do love the idea of the Samuel L. Jackson explainer for Purple Lightning, because it looks cool. I want a purple lightsaber because I can't tell myself apart from the other people on screen. I just want it to look different. Okay, Sam Jackson wants a purple lightsaber. Purple lightsabers suddenly exist in the Star Wars universe.
And I was like, well, shit, I want to be able to find myself in this big old scene. So I said to George, you think maybe I can get a purple lightsaber? And he's like, lightsabers are green or lightsabers are red. And I'm like, yeah, but I want a purple one. I'm like the second baddest Jedi in the universe next to Yoda. You think? He said, let me think about it. And when I came back to do reshoots, he said, I'm gonna show you something. It's already causing a shitstorm online. And he had the purple lightsaber, and I was like, yeah.
So if there's ever any question about it, yes, they do play it fast and loose with lightning color on the Flash. Like the purple lightning should be faster than red lightning technically. Like Reverse Flash should be one of the fastest people. Savitar's white lightning should ultimately be the very fastest, but they mix and match a lot of things, so I don't think they're always super consistent when it comes to stuff like that. Jesse Quick really was the first real female speedster who got powers and kept them. Patty Spivot is technically the very first female speedster. She was called Miss Flash, but it was sort of like a mind space thing where the Flash was imagining what it would be like if she got powers. So that was kind of super ridiculous. That was back during the 1970s. I'll announce the giveaway winner when I post new DC. There's some cool new Witcher, there's some cool new Marvel stuff that I'll try to post. A bunch of trailers just dropped. So just check that top pinned comment of mine for what videos are coming next. But leave all your requests in the comments. So click here for my Flash video and click here for brand new Infinity War. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.